Hello and welcome to this week's video. My name is Cynthia Wakeo, the Communication and Events Manager at Corporate Staffing Services. And good news, we have Paminus back in the new year, and I'm going to let him tell us where he has been.
As you know, at the start of the year, there's a lot happening. So yeah, from January to March, we've not been able to do a shoot together. But I can see you've also still been busy, still educating our viewers, our subscribers.
Yes.
So I can see they haven't missed a lot.
Yeah.
But I can assure them that now that I'm back, we are going to do a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic.
Yes.
And we're looking, is it better to work at Safaricom or in a smaller company?
Yes. It's an interesting topic, and you remember it's a subscriber who sent us that. Huh?
Yes.
And I do have a few takes on the pros and cons of working for a big company versus working for a small one.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm happy to take you through that.
Yeah. So start with telling us which one is better between the two.
Now, as a recruiter, I wouldn't say there are pros and cons for each. So for example, I would say if you're looking at a big company, a big brand, say like Safaricom, you have the added advantage such that if you're to write to your CV that you've worked for Safaricom, it gives you some mileage. Someone looks at you different as opposed to a non-known entity. You know, if you're working for a small company. So that's the first advantage. Second, also if you look at issues to do with remuneration, a big company like Safaricom, a multinational, they obviously be able to compensate you either within or even above the market rate. And compensation is not just even the salary that you're earning. Think about even other perks, medical cover, pensions, some of the things that an SME may not be able to afford. There's also the aspect that you'll be also exposed to best practices, because the reason why a big company is a big company is because they are doing things which are working, and that's why they are successful. That's why they are where they are. So there's also that aspect. So on the downside, I do interact with a lot of professionals, and one thing they complain about when it comes to big companies, number one is politics, because the bigger the institution, obvious, the more people are involved. So if you're not a political person, big companies, governments, they do have that. Second is that aspect where it's very easy for you to get lost. Why? Wakeo, if you look at the way we are even, for example, let me talk about communication here. It's quite a small team. You're looking at 5-7 individuals. Yes. You as a manager, you know each person's contribution. You know what they are doing well, you know when they go astray, and it's very easy, I mean, even for growth, because whoever you report to is able to see what you're doing when you're doing a good job, and they'll be able to appreciate. The reverse now, for a big company, it's very easy for you to get lost. And again, if you're not the kind who does politics. So you might be doing a very good job, but the chances of you stagnating are high, because at times people may not be able really to see your contribution, because it's among many other people. And the third reason or disadvantage is there's that aspect of being highly specialized. So if you're an accountant, for example, and you're only doing account payables, you're only dealing with suppliers, there's a danger that that is what you do the rest of your life if you stay in that institution. As opposed to a small company where, oh, tomorrow we are trying this, we need your hand. Tomorrow we need you to do even, let's say, operations. So you find someone who's worked for a mid-sized company or even a small company, if you look at their career within 3-5 years, they will even probably be doing better than this person who went to a big company and stagnated because they're only doing one thing. So if you're also not careful, there's a high chance that the specialization can come and cost you. And I'll give an example. Look at a bank crack. They'll hire you even in the MBA. But you'd imagine now your work is being at the cashier serving customers. If you do that for 5 years, how much growth will you have gotten?
Not much.
Not much. But if you're here, let's say you had done CPAs, you had not even finished, but you joined as an account intern, you went to an account assistant, you went to account officer, accountant. Even within 5 years, you might find yourself that you're a chief accountant. So I would say none is superior. It just depends with where you are.
Yes.
Yeah, and your career goals. Yeah.
I think the job market in Kenya requires you to be multifaceted. Yeah.
Precisely. So you'll find at the start, if you're a fresh graduate, I'll tell you, yeah, if you get a big company, please celebrate, because in a way, it will really open many doors.
Yes.
But then get to understand that statement the last statement you made is very important, such that it's skills that matter. So the question is, will you get them in a small company or a big company? So you do have to weigh the situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what would you advise professionals at the end of the day who are contemplating between these two options?
My advice in there is that people have to be intentional. Yeah, you can't have your career on autopilot. And I would say 90 to 95% of the people I meet, they just sit there waiting for things to happen.
Yeah.
And it's quite unfortunate, because look at even the companies we are discussing, the successful companies. Safaricom is where it is because they are quite intentional with their marketing, with their branding and all that. So I would say, if I'm working for a big company, I'll look at where I am. Do an audit of the skills that I have. What have I gained?
Yes.
If there's a room and I can acquire those skills still within the same company, there's nothing wrong with that. Can continue. But if it means moving, then don't shy away from moving to a small company. Yeah. Vice versa, you could be working for a small company, but you find that you might be missing opportunities because maybe you're not being exposed to the best practices. Or even within that company, maybe the opportunities are limited in the sense that maybe you can't oversee a bigger team. Yeah. So you've also got to analyze where you are, and from there, make an informed decision. Yeah. Yeah. And as you know, we do offer support to professionals with our career advancement program, where we're able to discuss such issues and we are able to empower them.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for having such a strong comeback.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you, Cynthia.
your time.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for watching this video. As you've heard from Paminas, we do have a career advancement mentorship program that will be running for 8 weeks. And this is where you can get more tips about your career and how you can take your career to the next level. We have left the link below for more information. Reach out and we'll reach out to take you to the next step. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.